My name is Emily Parker, and this is a story I never thought I would tell out loud. For a long time, I believed my life was perfect. I believed my husband was my forever. I believed love was enough. But everything I believed began to fall apart on one quiet, rainy night. It was a cold evening in New York City. Rain tapped softly against the window, and the streets below glowed with yellow lights, like stars that had fallen onto the ground. I was sitting on the couch near the window, holding a cup of warm tea in both hands, waiting for my husband, Jason, to come home. We had been married for 3 years. Jason was tall, confident, and charming. He worked as a marketing manager at a large company, and everyone admired him. I still remembered the day he proposed to me on a beach in California. He had a single red rose, soft music playing from his phone, and tears in his eyes. He told me I was his dream, his future, his everything. At 25, I truly believed I had everything a woman could want: a loving husband, a small apartment in Manhattan, and a cozy little bakery I had opened the year before. I told myself I was happy. Or maybe I just wanted to believe I was. Because deep inside, something had already started to change. For months, Jason had been coming home later than usual. He always said it was work, meetings, deadlines, pressure. He stopped looking into my eyes when we talked. He no longer kissed my forehead before sleeping. His touch felt distant, almost cold. I told myself it was stress. I told myself not to overthink. But my heart kept whispering, "Emily, something is wrong." That night, I waited until after midnight. When Jason finally came home, he smelled like an expensive perfume that was not mine. His shirt was half-buttoned, his hair messy, his smile forced. "Sorry, babe," he said quietly, avoiding my eyes. "We had a late meeting." I nodded. I didn't argue, but my chest felt heavy. I followed him into the bedroom. He showered quickly and lay down beside me. I stared at the ceiling, wanting to ask him the question burning inside my heart. "Are you seeing someone else?" But I stayed silent. I pretended to sleep. My heart beat loudly in the darkness. Something inside me was slowly breaking. 2 weeks passed, and his strange behavior continued. He took his phone everywhere, even into the bathroom. He laughed at messages he never shared. He bought new clothes, changed his cologne, became someone I didn't fully recognize. One evening, while he was in the shower, I did something I never thought I would do. I picked up his phone. My hands were shaking as I opened his messages, and there it was, a message from a woman named Sabrina. "Last night was amazing, babe. I miss your touch already." My breath stopped. I kept reading. Photos, words, promises, words I thought were only meant for me. "I can't wait to see you again. You looked incredible in that red dress." My legs felt weak. I dropped the phone and sat on the bed, holding my chest, trying to breathe. Tears fell silently as I whispered his name. "Why, Jason? Why?" That night, I acted normal. I cooked dinner. I smiled. He noticed nothing. Later, we slept together. For the first time in months, he touched me like before. His hands were warm, his lips gentle. I wanted to believe it was real, even though I knew it was a lie. As he slept beside me, I stared into the darkness and asked myself a question that hurt more than any answer. How can someone love two people at the same time? The next day, I followed him. He said he had a meeting at 6 in the evening. I waited until he left, then took a taxi and followed his car. He drove to a hotel in Brooklyn. I watched him walk inside, smiling. A few minutes later, a woman in a red dress joined him. She kissed his cheek. It was Sabrina. My world shattered in silence. I didn't cry. I didn't move. I just stood there, frozen, realizing that I had given him my love, my trust, my heart, and he had given me betrayal. That night, he came home with flowers. "For you," he said with a smile. I took them and smiled back. He had no idea I knew the truth. I went to the bedroom, closed the door, and cried into my pillow until my body shook. I looked at myself in the mirror and asked a question that haunted me. Am I enough? The next morning, while he sang in the shower like everything was normal, my heart felt empty. I made coffee with shaking hands. Every sip reminded me of the lies, the hotel, the red dress. That evening, I invited him to dinner at home. I cooked his favorite meal. I wore a red dress from our honeymoon. I acted like the perfect wife. After dinner, we sat on the couch. He kissed me. I let him. Then I asked quietly, "Jason, do you love me?" "Of course," he said. "Then why are you sleeping with another woman?" Silence filled the room. I told him everything, the messages, the hotel, the truth. His face changed. He tried to explain. He apologized. He said he still loved me. But love without honesty is just pain. I left that night and stayed with my friend Mia. Days passed. Jason called, begged, apologized. I didn't answer. I needed time. One evening, Mia asked me a simple question. "Do you still love him?" "Yes," I said. "Then do you love yourself?" That question changed everything. Weeks later, I met Jason at a cafe. He asked for another chance. I told him I needed time. Time to heal, time to trust, time to love myself again. Today, as I tell this story, we are still together. We are not perfect, we are honest, we are trying. Because love is not about perfection, it is about truth. It is about choosing yourself, and sometimes it is about learning how strong you really are. This is my story, and if you are listening to this, remember one thing. Never forget to love yourself first. This story was brought to you by Daily English Stories. Thank you for listening.